guess we're to nuke all the men. And we just hit up all the sperm banks because, let's be honest, men like to jack off.
You gotta think of the people that are allergic to bees. You just don't like them. People who are allergic to bees have to fucking run. Like, think of my girl.
Don't you fucking talk about my girl in this goddamn room. That is... Oh, how could you say that? How could you know Macaulay
Culkin? Rectify.
That word stood out, did it? Sorry. I'm done.
And welcome to Always Room for More.
Damn
I'm
it.
your host, Chris Moore. With me always, the beautiful Katrina Penny.
Hello, I'm Katrina.
And with us is Brian.
Hi there. I'm Ryan.
I'll try to keep some of that in. That was pretty funny.
Just me singing and making parodies of music. What else is new?
Yeah, and then, me judging that you did the better version.
Hey, what's up? I always do the better version.
Yeah. See, now he has to use this because we talked about it.
Yeah. I'm fine with it. Whatever, as long as I don't get sued. I think it was different enough.
Yeah, it's parody. We talked about this last time, I'm pretty sure. That parodies work. You can make parodies of something, and it's fine.
It's fine. So how is everybody doing?
Good. Normally we do, moral dilemmas when we're, out of complete topics, but my moral dilemma today actually has something to do with having to me in real life.
Okay. All right. So we're just going to dive right into the moral dilemma tonight.
Well, because I want to ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
Let's say, you know me, I'm not a very outgoing person. I'm not, I'm outgoing doing this because I have to be. But,
you're pretty shy when you first when you first meet people. It takes a little bit of you getting to know them to warm up to them. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm not the most people person out in public. So, I don't like to talk to people. When I'm on a bus, I normally tend to keep to myself, at least try to.
Yeah.
I'm friendly. People talk to me, I'll talk to them, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, here's my question. You're sitting on the bus, and you see a person get on the bus, a young woman or a young male. That depends on the preference, I don't care. And they get on the bus, and they have long hair, big hair kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's say it's a woman. She has long hair and, puffy hair kind of thing. Mm-hmm. She sits down in the seats, couple seats in front of you, and you're sitting in the far back. And you look over, and you see a bug crawling in her hair. Now, do you, go and touch this girl, or, not touch her, but, go, hey, excuse me, ma'am, you have something crawling in your hair. Again, mind you, you're afraid of talking to people in public.
Okay. It's funny that you mentioned this because I literally texted you last week while I was on the bus going, this dude in front of me has a twig in his hair. And it is driving me nuts. And I don't want to be that creepy person on the bus going, hey, right? You have something on you. But at the same time, I am twitching at the fact that there's something in this dude's hair. And I'm like, I want to tell him that there is a twig in his hair. Mm-hmm. Right? And I'm sitting there contemplating, and my anxiety is do I tap him on the shoulder and tell him?
Right?
Do I do the good person thing? And then while I'm contemplating it, he got off the bus. I'm like, oh, okay, well, problem solved. I don't have to deal with this anymore.
Well, the twig's a little different because the twig isn't moving around, so he would never feel the twig. The bug was moving around and stuff, so I was like, maybe she'll feel it. Maybe I don't have to say anything. Maybe she'll what is that kind of thing? I thought I'd feel it, right? Wouldn't you feel it?
If I were her, I would want somebody to tell me there was a bug on me.
I feel the same, but at the same time, I can understand if that person has some kind of issues with talking to people in public.
Because you have that problem. No, I get that. I mean, maybe it's because I work in customer service and I'm very used to having to be really talkative to people during the day. So I don't know, maybe I'm better at it, obviously.
Well,
But I would personally be like, yeah, can you I would want to know. So I would probably, as terrible as this sounds, I'm more comfortable approaching another female versus, talking to a man on the bus, being like, by the way, like, I'm not hitting on you, I'm not coming on to you, but I just want you to know that you have something in your hair, right? Versus another female, I'm like, yo, girl, you got a bug, like.
And that's kind of how I felt, was like, I don't want this person to think that I'm like being a creepo weirdo, because like, you think the area that I was getting on the bus.
Yeah, we're in a pretty rough neighborhood.
I don't look necessarily like I have a look. It's like a biker, I have a chain wallet. I wear
You're a nerdy
dark
biker.
tees, and I got Batman stuff here and there. But like most people, they see you right away, they might not think, oh, this person's a nice person.
You're a biker without the bike.
Yeah, I got the big fucking beard, long hair.
He's got the bike. It's electric.
Anyways, so I just felt like I didn't want to be that creep guy, and I didn't want her to think that I was that creep guy. And I know it sounds weird, but in this society, like, you don't want to make this girl feel uncomfortable, and that you don't want to make her think that you are hitting on her or coming on to her kind of thing.
Well, I mean, obviously, it depends on if you continue to talk to her after. If it's literally just excuse me, you have a bug on you. Thank you. That's great. Okay, moving along. If you sit down next to her and go, so, how you doing?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Like, where are you going?
Well, it's like what you were saying about how you're
By the
afraid
way.
that you're going to talk to the guy, and the guy is going to think that you're hitting on him or something.
No, yeah, and I get that.
But in the same way, though, that makes sense, because some guys would look at that and be like, oh, what? She's hitting on me. Well, hey, how's it going, kind of thing. Whereas girls might look at a guy like, don't hit on me, kind of thing, or you know what I mean? Like, it's a different.
It's like
whole
either
thing.
being received or interpreted, right? And it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know, right? It depends on the situation and area and the person, honestly. If you're a sketchy looking motherfucker, I'm probably not going to talk to you. I'm going to keep to myself. You deal with that twig. You deal with that bug. That is not my problem. But if you're just like average Joe Blow sitting on the bus and you don't look, super threatening, which I mean, that never really can count for anything. I know this because, some of the most manic, crazy people are the most normal looking people on the planet. I get that. But I'm probably going to take that risk a little more than somebody that doesn't give me good vibes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and if I'm on the public bus with other people, right? I mean, I'm going to gauge the situation. How busy is that bus? Am I safe? Is it a male? Is it a female? Is it somebody that feels threatening to me? If I feel threatened, I'm not going to say anything. If I don't feel threatened, yeah, I might be like, excuse me, hun. Just so you know, you got a situation. But again, really depends. And it depends on my my social meter that day. If I'm completely like worn out and I've dealt with too many idiots at work or whatever, there is a very good chance I'm just going to zone out and I'm not going to give a fuck.
Yeah, so long story short, sorry, person, I didn't tell you about the bug in your hair.
Question for you, Chris.
Okay.
I'm guessing based on your story that it was a female for you.
Yes.
Would you have felt more comfortable, because Trina was saying this situation in the opposite retrospect, do you think you would have felt more comfortable telling a guy instead of a girl?
I thought about that, and to be honest, I don't think I would have felt comfortable as a guy, because again, I thought I would be weird, like be a weird creep vibe, like, I don't know. Again, I have a weird thing with talking to people in public, and
It's like, what's the line is, are you being helpful or are you being creepy, right? And like, I think that's more helpful than creepy.
yeah, it would be, but again, like, it's just my brain thinking you're gonna come off as a creep, because come on, look at you.
But you're not creepy looking. You have a very genuine look to you. Like, you're not very, like, no offense, honey, but you're not that intimidating.
I didn't say it was
Like,
intimidating. I said it was creepy.
You're
There's a
not
difference.
creepy. You're not, though, because if you were creepy, I wouldn't be with you.
I guess.
No, I have a very high creep meter, and you're not on it.
Well, you like Halloween.
That's not creepy, though. That's awesome. Like,
Oh, God. Radiohead popping into my head. So right now.
anyway.
Okay,
Let's smoke
another
weed
la-
about it.
Another layer of the question then, quick. Sorry. would you have felt more comfortable if it was a native person? And I only suggest this because sometimes people tend to look out for their own crowd. Like East Indians tend to stick together and they'll look out for each other, or Asian Americans, or
Again, I think it just comes back down to I'm not a very people person. Like, if I knew them,
the social skills.
yeah, if I knew them, I'd probably be more inclined to be like, hey, there's something in your hair. Or if it's someone that I've seen on the bus a couple times at least. You know what I mean? Like, if it was someone that I've seen at least more than 3 times on the bus throughout my week or throughout the year, someone who I've constantly seen on the bus, then I might be more comfortable. Like, excuse me, there's something in your hair. You know what I mean?
All right. No.
If you don't tell me there's something in my hair, we have a problem.
Well, it's different.
I know, I'm joking, but I'm just, like,
Picking things out of your hair most of the time.
Hey.
Like a little monkey.
Or wiping
Twigs.
paint off my face, one of the two. Like, he'll stop and look at me and just be like, come here for a sec. And he'll just, like, rub paint off of my forehead or something like that. I'm like, oh, how back in there?
Wow. The way you described that just made me perfectly visualize Lion King.
I'm rubbing paint, not putting paint. But yes, let's smoke weed about it.
He's gonna toast to a lion cub. Let's toast to that.
So that was my interesting event on the bus the last couple weeks. I've been thinking about that because it's like, probably should have told them.
Yeah, I mean, Bug's a little different than a twig, for sure.
That's what I mean. You'd think you'd feel that. And again, but the guy thing, guys have shorter hair normally, so I think the guy would feel it, so I wouldn't have to get up and say something. You know what I mean? Like, I think the guy would feel like little prickly
See,
feet.
and that's why I am afraid of bugs, because I have big hair, and I'm always afraid that, like, if a bug's flying around me, it's going to get caught in my hair, and I panic. And I'm like, oh my god, no. Right? Like, it's horrifying to think about. I just don't like it.
That's true. I saw a video that kind of combines the two of them together. It was a video, I think it was yesterday I seen it. The stick bug was hanging on the outside of a car stuck to the antenna. And, like, the car was driving down the freeway or something, and the stick bug's just hanging on. For
Oh my gosh.
One arm kind of falls off. And
That's
then he
kind of hilarious,
grabs
though.
back on.
I kind of wish I had seen this video. That's hilarious.
They played it to some song. I wish I could remember what song it was, but yeah. It made it a little bit better than the music.
It's funny that you showed me the video, and then I literally heard people talking about it on the radio today. The viral video going around of the little girl that on the roller coaster, and the seagull flies into the roller coaster. They were talking about it on the radio today. I'm like, I saw that video. I know what they're talking about. I'm in the loop. She was 13.
Damn. That's
She's
scary
13
shit.
years old, and the poor girl's traumatized by this goddamn seagull just flying at her face. Oh, my mother would have died. She would have had a heart attack straight on the spot.
Yep.
For those who don't know, my mother is terrified of birds, and it's the funniest shit ever. And I don't blame her, because I don't want things dive bombing my head either. That's why I hate moths. Like, they just flutter up in your face, and it's like, no. By the way, speaking of things fluttering up in your face, I got attacked by a butterfly today.
Oh, jeez.
I was next door. I was having a toke with the neighbors.
Yeah.
And, having a couple cigarettes, whatever, talking. And I had all of my stuff in my hands, and I was coming back across the driveway. And my hands are full, so I can't even flail to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I'm walking across our front lawn, and because we have the milkweed, because it attracts monarch butterflies, which I love butterflies. I don't have a problem with butterflies. They float. They don't attack me usually. Everything's fine. Well, was I proven wrong today? Holy shit. Like, I'm walking across the lawn, and then all of a sudden, this gigantic monarch butterfly just flies up into my face.
Wow.
And I'm just like, holy shit. And of course, I have my bong and weed and my phone and everything in my hand, so I can't flail my arms or everything's gonna go flying, right? So I'm just... They heard me too. I just went, all you hear across the driveway is me scream. And I get up onto the driveway, and they're just kind of looking at me. I'm like, I just got attacked by a goddamn butterfly. Like, what the hell? Yeah, so all I could think of was you, Ryan, because I know you would have lost your shit. And it was funny.
Again.
It's, the fluttering creatures in your face is not enjoyable, is it?
No, it's not. I mean, it was still not as bad as a moth.
You say when you said gigantic, man, you made it sound like it was the size of a small dog. I'm picturing something like bigger than your face.
No, okay,
coming at you.
seriously. I know people can't see it, but for your reference, Ryan, I'm going to tell you, the wingspan was probably about the size of my mic, like the pop filter here. Like, the roundness of it, that was probably its wingspan, and it flew right up into my face, and it, like, felt like all I saw was butterfly. There was nothing else. It was just, all of a sudden, butterfly in my line of vision. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, it was very bizarre, and I was very high, so it was a lot, okay? And I needed to go to bed, because I needed a nap, and, yeah, so, butterfly in my face. I wasn't happy.
Yeah. That's fun.
But again, still not as bad as a moth.
Yeah.
Because moths are furry, and they do this little thing where they fucking smack you in the face, and they won't get off your face, whereas this butterfly was just like, whoops, my bad, and, like, flew off the other direction. Like, we kind of, like, got in each other's way.
That's true. Can we talk about why moths dissolve into, like, this
Powder?
gross powder? Like, what the fuck?
Do they?
The moth dust?
Like, have you ever killed a moth? Like,
No,
you
I get
kill
everybody else to do it because I'm terrified of moths.
I don't think I don't kill butterflies, but like you kill it like a flying insect. Like
Well,
there's a body, but like
yeah.
moth, it's just like fucking powder. It like it's almost like vampire like dust. Like, where the fuck did it go?
It's not really powder. They have gut. It's like...
Yeah.
You have a little body, and then you have the wings, right? Which, I mean, sorry for people who don't like, the murder of insects, but moths don't count. I'm sorry. I hate them. I hate them so much. Like, ugh.
Fair enough. I've got an irrational fear of bees.
So you want to know
That's not irrational.
what the hell that shit is?
Yeah.
Yes.
For some reason it says advertisement. I don't know why it says that in the beginning of this fuck little blib on Google. But it says the powder is actually tiny scales made from modified hairs. Moths, like butterflies, belong to the order Lepidoptera. Lepidoptera.
Okay.
Lepidoptera. Anyways, which means scale wing. The scales are pigmented, but they also contribute to the pattern on the wings by diffracting light through a complex microscope structure of ribs and holes.
Interesting.
I mean, that's cool and all, but I still hate them.
That's pretty fucked up.
So when you do crush a moth, and they turn into that little powder, it's from their scales on their wings.
It's from their wings, but you still have a little body that gets crushed, and that still has bug guts. It's the wings that have the powder.
Yeah, I'd rather not. Like, did I tell you about the moth that I seen at my work the other day that was like the size of my hand?
Let's not and say we did.
Well, I did.
Ugh. No. I hate moths. But you want to know what's really annoying? I love people who have moth tattoos. Some of the moth tattoos I've seen are freaking sick.
No, that's weird.
But like some of them are gorgeous. Like some of
Hates moths.
my friend Shauna has a deadhead moth, and from Silence of the Lambs, and it's beautifully done. It's on her sternum, right? And it's a gorgeous tattoo. And I love like how moth tattoos look, but I hate moths.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get one, but I like it how it looks on other people. I probably, like, if I like, I don't know, like, I'm a mixed feeling. Like, when it's on paper, it's different because it's not in my face fluttering. You know, if it's if it's a drawing, it's different. Pictures, however, like, Not a fan. I don't like seeing their little people. Oh, people like to send me photos of moths. By the way, do not do this, or I'll be mad. My friends, my so-called friends, like to send me pictures of moths, and it's uncomfortable, especially the ones where they're close up and you can see their fuzzy little bodies and their little faces, and you're like, ugh, ugh.
So this has been Moth Talk on Over for More.
Yeah, apparently. Sorry, I went on a little rant there. I just hate them so much.
Yeah, it's okay. They're dirty, disgusting.
They're not dirty necessarily. They probably are, but I just don't like the flutter. Anyway, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Like, yeah, we're gonna go on for another hour of.
I'm sorry.
Moth Talk.
No, I hate
Moth Talk.
I think everybody's got their one insect of like arch nemesis.
I mean, anything with wings for me, really. And I really do hate bees the same. Don't get me wrong. Like, you're not wrong. It's not an irrational fear. I've been stung, and the last time I got stung, I had a reaction. I've never had a reaction until the last time I got stung. And my leg swelled up, and it got all rashed and stuff, and I had a reaction to it. So I'm like, am I becoming allergic to bees? Fuck this.
Yeah, bees. I've never been stung. Actually, I was stung once, and it hurt. That's it.
Oh, lucky you. Only stung once. Look at you.
Ever have one crawl in your ear?
Yes.
Nope.
Have you?
Can't say I have.
Not in my ear, but on my ear.
Fair enough. That's fucking terrifying. And that develops an irrational fear of bees.
It's not irrational, though. It's very, very rational. They hurt. They have an owie at the butt.
I only say irrational because we appear to not be the norm. Like the 10 to 15%, 20% people that, see a bee within 15-foot radius and take off like running. And
That's
we
me.
get judged from the other 80% of society. And they're like, dude, it's just a bee.
I would say 65% of society, because you got to think of the people that are allergic to bees. You just don't like them. People who are allergic to bees have to fucking run. Like, think of my girl.
I think I'm...
Don't you fucking talk about my girl in this goddamn room. That is... Oh, how could you say that? How could you know Macaulay Culkin?
So, bees are genuine fear. They can... If you're not careful, they can hit you in the soft spot and make you well up.
What the fuck did you just say?
If you're not careful, they can hit you in the soft spot and make you well up.
Okay. Are you making a my girl reference?
No, just that it hit you in the heart, and then it kind of made you tear up.
Oh, yeah, because of the My Girl reference.
Yeah.
Have you seen My Girl?
Yes. No, that was a fucking dramatic scene.
I watched that when I was young, and I remember, oh my god, funny story, okay. I remember sitting in the living room watching that movie, and before it got to that scene, there's a part, I was young, like it was before puberty, right? I remember I was probably like 8 at the time. I'm watching it on TV, and it's where Veda runs down the stairs and goes, I'm hemorrhaging, right? Because she gets her period for the first time. Yeah. And I didn't know what that was. So I walk over to Mom. I walk my little ass over to my mom. And I call up the stairs, and I'm just like, Mom? She's like, yeah? And I'm like, what is hemorrhaging? I'll tell you when you're older. Okay? Walk back over to the TV. No idea what she's fucking talking about. And then you get to the Macaulay Culkin scene. Well, let me tell you, my 8-year-old heart was broken because I was in love with him. And I was in tears. You just heard me bawling in the living room. 8-year-old me is just freaking just losing it. And just like, oh my god. I love that movie so much, though.
Yeah, it's an alright movie. I haven't seen it since I was, God knows when. It's been a long time.
I watch it when I need a good cry.
I think the last time I seen it was when TBS was a fucking thing.
Oh, jeez.
Before it was Peachtree or the fuck they changed it to. I don't know what that is now because it's a states thing. And cable thing. We don't fuck with cable.
We don't have cable. I haven't had cable since I was like 14.
Right. Fuck.
I would say maybe 20 to 30% of the population has cable at this point.
Actually, that's a lie. I had cable when my mom lived out in the country. They had cable at that house for a bit. But
Did you live there?
yeah, when I left my ex, I went and stayed there for a month. So I got to, and I was staying in, like, I got to, yeah, TV. I watched a lot of HGTV. I hadn't watched TV in so long, so I was watching, like, all of, like, the cooking shows and, like, all this, like, fucking random shit.
Yeah. Oh.
So.
You got something to say?
I do have a random article for people. It's kind of an interesting science topic, or more of a science/space question.
Okay.
Which is interesting. Slightly food related, I guess. Maybe Simpson related.
What?
What? No fuck.
Did you say Simpson related?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. Physicists and scientists are questioning, because we're not sure what shape the universe is. Square,
This again?
circle.
Okay.
Okay. What do you think it is?
Oh, we've already been through this. Continue.
They think it might be donut shaped. Like a ring that just kind of goes all the way around like this. So, like, we can't see to the end of the universe because, like, it goes around.
No, wait. Okay. But is there a hole in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a little donut hole in it.
Are you sure?
Nobody knows. It's a theory.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
So if this theory was right.
So maybe if we kept heading in one direction, we could eventually reach the same spot.
I think that's what we said the last time, basically.
Did we theorize that?
Yeah.
There was a
Minus the
episode.
donut theory.
Yeah, we didn't have a donut.
We didn't have a donut theory, but Spinny asked us what we think the shape of the universe is, and I said oval.
Yeah, and I said it's like a Mobius strip thing and the whole infinity thing.
Or like, yeah, I said kind of like, just like a watercolor strip, you know? Like, just think of a watercolor, you know, stroke, right? How it's kind of washy along the edges. It's not really defined along the edges. That's how I picture it. There's no real, it's like, it's just kind of like an abyss of fuzz. What if, oh my god, okay, what if you got to the edge of the universe, right, you finally found like the end of whatever, and it's just TV static.
That's just what?
TV static. It's just a land of those little black ants, or little black and white ants across the screen. You know, you just walk. It's just like you just all of a sudden you're just surrounded by TV static.
I'm not 100% sure, but that might be in a movie already.
Yeah.
Either a movie or Futurama. Actually, I think it reminds me of two movies. I can't think of the other one. I think it's been in a movie. But one movie does remind me of is a movie that I don't know if anyone here has seen it, but I fucking loved it growing up. It was called Stay Tuned. Anyone hear of that or seen of it?
Sounds familiar, but
Starring
I don't.
John Ritter, and I forget the
No, I don't.
female's name who plays his wife in that movie.
No.
But it's basically about this couple who, you know, the husband, father, is addicted to TV. Like, he loves coming home from work, sitting down, having a cold beer, putting on sports, putting on a movie, putting on TV, basically just watching TV. Watches it all night long, comes to bed, kind of thing, like, you know, sleeps next to his wife, gets up, goes to work the next day, comes home, back to the fucking TV, right? Just fucking loves TV. And Hell decides that they're gonna have, like, you know, a special remote or a special like a station TV made that's gonna suck people in and like gather souls and basically shit like that. It's like it's a far-fetched movie, and so the devil basically comes and sells him this big ass screen TV with his fucking many channels he could possibly think of. You know, it has like over 666 channels. So I don't know what it's actually said, but it makes a funny sense. So anyways, and something happens to the fucking thing, and he ends up getting sucked into the TV with his wife, and they end up having to be on all these like fucked up TV shows. Like, they're all spoofs of real TV shows. So like, there's a.
It kind of reminds me of the Supernatural episode.
Kind of. There's like they land on a couch, and they're in Dwayne's underworld instead of Wayne's World, right? And they're zombies. Wayne and Garth are zombies, right? And they're talking about how they're gonna fuck with them and all this shit. And it's real fucked up. There's a bunch of shit like that, and there's also like a hidden camera TV show that they look at, and it's this guy, a cop shows up at this door, and knocks on the door, and a woman answers it, and she's like, "Hello." And she goes, "Sorry, ma'am, but I hate to inform you, but your husband has been killed and all this stuff." And she's like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" He says, "Yeah, yeah." And then if you look over here, you're on this camera here and stuff like this. It's like a really sick.
You're on candid camera.
Yeah, a really sick, sadistic fucking hidden camera show.
Does anybody remember that? Candid camera.
Yeah, well, a lot of people should probably.
Does anybody remember that? Candid Canada?
Canada.
Canada?
Candid camera?
I don't remember Canada. But Candid camera. Wait, you know what would be Candid Canada? Just for laugh gags. Remember that?
Yes.
That was some Canadian ass shit.
Yeah. Everyone's seen that.
Yeah. Yeah. I had something else I was gonna say and now I forget what it was.
Could you imagine going through Montreal and just like having that random ass shit done to you?
Well, MTV was in Toronto, and I remember being in Toronto and having like going by the MTV studio and like a bunch of people standing outside, and like you could see like they were having a show and stuff like that, which is always dope.
I remember I always wanted to go to there and like be one on there or do something. So you always had like cool bands or cool singers and cool like artists show up there all the time.
Well, I remember they came to Burlington for Sound of Music. I think there was a reason they were in the area, or we were there somewhere. I think we were in Toronto. Maybe it was because we were in Toronto. I can't remember, but I remember being with a couple of friends, and they were on camera for it briefly. I can't remember if I was a long time ago, and I've smoked that memory away. But yeah, you know, good old times. I really did have something I was going to say, and I can't remember what the fuck
You
was.
smoked that one away too, didn't you?
Oh my gosh, I'm so annoyed right now. It's gonna bug me.
Well, how do we move on to what we're smoking to see if that comes back after?
All right, yeah, let's do that.
So,
Explain
Ryan-
the strain. Wait, what was my jingle?
Oh, we did it. Remember, it was to the tune of "Dancing in the Rain."
All right. Oh, right.
Explain.
Explain the strain. 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 I don't even know if that's how it goes.
No, not really. You need to fix that a little bit. We need to do that later somehow.
We're gonna work on that, but I mean, I will say this much: you're consistent, because that was very close to how you did it last time.
Pretty close.
I try.
We have actually something special. First, I want to talk about this. I picked up a fucking drink. What do you call them? Cannabis infused beverage.
Cannabis infused beverage. Sorry.
It's Baker Street and Ginger Ale. It says it's 2 milligrams of THC total in this thing, but then you read the back here, and it says edible cannabis non-alcoholic beverage contains the equivalent of 5 grams of dried cannabis. Store in a cool, dry place. No expiry date. So,
I want to make fun of you so bad. I'm sorry.
what?
That was so kidding. Beverage.
Well, it is
Cannabis.
It is a nice beverage. I'm about to try it.
Is it a tasty soda?
That's American. That's Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I don't know.
That face doesn't give me good thoughts.
It has a nice ginger ale taste a little bit. You can taste ginger ale.
That's crazy, though. I mean, equivalent of 5 grams of marijuana.
Yeah, it just tastes like ginger ale.
No cannabis taste?
Not really. A little bit of aftertaste, a bit.
Do I want to try it?
If you want to.
All right, I have a Pepsi if I need it.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not too bad, actually. And it's indica.
Actually, that's not bad. It actually tastes more like Sprite.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
That's actually exactly what it tastes like. It tastes exactly like Sprite.
Mm-hmm.
With that lemony kind of taste.
Well, it's fucking... Ooh. There's a little... That we taste a little bit aftertaste there.
I don't taste that, no.
Oh, no. Wait for it.
I didn't take a huge gulp, though. I just took a little sip.
True.
I could not imagine eating 5 grams of weed.
Oh, you couldn't imagine eating 5
Really?
grams of weed?
Really?
5 grams?
At one time, maybe?
At one, yeah, probably over the year.
Over a year, you gotta have at least 7 by now.
You fucking sadistic. Ugh.
I think I've had 3 buds this month.
Oh. God, you're lucky you're across the table. I want to punch you.
What?
What?
I'm still enjoying my bud. They're my buds to enjoy. I want to enjoy.
Whatever, as long as you don't eat my weed, I don't care.
What's your weed look like?
None of your business.
Anyways, I'll explain my weed. The weed that I'm smoking, not eating.
Continue.
Anyways, the weed that I'm smoking is it's from a supplier I have not had before. It's called Flint and Embers.
Ooh.
Yeah. Interesting.
Like that's the supplier or the name of the weed?
That's the supplier.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I haven't had this one before.
I never heard of it before.
And the weed's called GSC Kush.
GSC Kush.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that stands for.
Girl
but
Scout cookies.
Yeah.
I'm 80% confident that's what the case is. They just can't go with that because Girl Scouts and,
Literally, I was there because we bought this stuff, obviously, at our favorite dispensary, Forest City Marijuana.
Forest City marijuana. We
Shout out
love
to
it.
those beautiful people there that give us our great high. So I was there last time when I bought
Not
this
sponsored, by the way.
stuff. No, not really, but we love going there still.
Yeah.
Good weed.
No, just so we know, so they know we're not being paid to say this. We actually mean the shit that we say.
That is true. Yeah, we're not paid. Anyways, but I
At
was there
all.
last time, and I got this drink and I got some weed, and I talked to the guy, and he was like going how they can't say Girl Scout cookies on the thing because Girl Scouts might get mad, or someone might come in here thinking it's actual Girl Scouts or some bullshit.
Yeah.
We ground up Girl Scouts and put it in this weed specifically for you, babe.
No, like cookies, like actual Girl Scout cookies. Like we're looking for Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, I went really dark with it.
Yeah, jeez. So
Horror movie.
they changed that, and then there was another one too. They had to change too that they couldn't say because somebody like who owns that name might kind of sue them, kind of thing over it.
Patenting and like copyright shit.
Yeah. So they have to do the initials for it too. And I was thinking,
Probably like
interesting.
Pineapple Express or some shit.
No, it was something else. I can't remember because you see Pineapple Espresso all the time. So yeah, I just can't remember exactly what the fuck the other one was. But yeah, I talked to the guy there and he was telling me that, and then I was saying how. Seems like every time you turn around, a new fucking supplier pops up, like Flint and Fire, where the fuck this is called.
I'm just gonna forget that quickly, eh?
What?
Flint and Embers.
Flint and Ember.
What did you say?
Flint and Fire. I was close.
Hey, Flint and Fire sounds like a dope ass band. That's my band name. Flint and Fire.
You and Jess.
Oh my god, yes. Oh my god. I'm the Flint, she's the fire. Because I get her revved up. It's funny as hell.
Yeah. So yeah.
I hit that spark and she just goes, whoop. I love you, babe.
Yeah. So that guy was telling me that pretty much every time we come in on Monday, we get our shipments and stuff. It's like a new fucking brand or a new fucking dealer or what do you call them? Suppliers.
Well, I mean, it's becoming a very popular, career now that it's legal.
It's about as popular as podcasting.
Hey, we may be a dime a dozen, but we're shiny dime. And we try. And I actually would just like to take a minute to say we really appreciate all of you regular listeners, because like there's a few people who have reached out to me and like have said that, you know, they've listened in and stuff like that, and some people that I didn't even expect that are listening, and I'm just like, oh wow, that's
we love our
awesome,
listeners.
you know. So like it just you know, I just want to say it means a lot to us that you guys are sticking with us even through the bumpy parts, because we appreciate it, and it helps us, you know, want to continue to create content for everybody. It's really fun, and we enjoy doing it, and we love everybody that listens, so thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate you all, because again, like, we don't really do this, well, we do it for ourselves because I like doing it, and
I mean, I love doing this, but it's really cool to know that we actually have regular listeners and a regular kind of following, you know, and it makes, you know, it kind of more fun, because it's like, you know.
Yeah, there's a reason for it. And like I said, like, it's cool to bring people into our fold and kind of see how, like, we hang out and kind of things like that, and how we talk and the kind of shit that we get into.
Yeah, for sure. And there's definitely people that I want to get on the podcast from other podcasts that we've met over the course of this experience. You know, I really want to get Eric and Vivi on here. From Shaken Not Scared. We've mentioned them before. You know, there's a few
there. They got some really great content.
Oh, absolutely. And then there's a few friends of mine that I'm just like, he would be a really interesting person to pick your brain, you know, like come talk to us. And I find that podcasting is a really great way to have an avenue for conversation of just like, you know, old-fashioned conversation of face-to-face. You're not technically, you guys listening are listening on devices, but we are having a face-to-face conversation and interacting. And, you know, obviously for some people, we're going to have them, you know, have to call in because they might not be able to be here. But for the people that are able to actually join us in person, it's been a really great way to connect with old friends again, and, you know, get people's insights on certain things. So I'm really enjoying it. And excuse me for going on a, you know, little tangent, but I just felt like it needed to be said that we appreciate everybody.
Well, we'll smoke weed on that, because we're going to smoke the stuff that we just brought up, that Ryan brought up. The
Sounds pretty good.
Well,
Flint and Ember.
I'm going to have to take 2 tokes because I have one packed, and then I have to pack the stuff from Ryan, so just give me a hot minute.
Well, she takes that first toke there. And yeah, so the Flint and Ember we're about to toke. Did you finish telling us what it's about?
No, not even.
Oh, my bad.
I didn't think so.
Not
So go ahead and pack that
close.
toke about the Flint and Ember, and Ryan will finish to explain the fucking strain.
Sorry.
There's a part 1 and part 2.
Potholes, man. They're fucking huge sometimes.
I thought that was a nice one to go on, though.
Yeah, no, it was good. Nice little shout out there. Funny enough, this got a little interesting number on it. 22.69%. Couldn't round it up.
So what, 22 or 23? I'm confused.
They couldn't round it up.
22.69%. Flint and Embers, supplier, GSC, probably Girl Scout cookies. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
GSC Kush, so it might be. It is a hybrid, so it's probably Girl Scout cookies mixed with something else. Have to maybe look that up.
We'll look it up. Probably going to put the description in the actual description of the notes, because, you know, that's what I do.
It's packaged on June 18th.
Now, how many grams of weed is one bud worth? Because my drink's worth 5 grams of weed.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's got one pretty decent sized bud in there.
All right, let's toke this.
Yeah, let's smoke it up.
I'll smoke weed about that.
Weed about it. Or drink it if you got it too.
Anybody got a tasty nug they want to lend me?
I mean, hey,
No.
you might not smoke weed, so if you're sipping on a tasty beverage, you know, we're cool with that.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know, pick your poisons.
And if you're a person that doesn't like to smoke weed but does like the edibles and stuff, this drink is probably really good for you because it doesn't taste like a whole lot of strong like weed. So it
If
doesn't-
I didn't gag, you're good.
Exactly. So, hey, I suggest if you'd like to get the feeling of being stoned without having to smoke it or the taste of weed, try out these drinks. It's by Tweed. It's Baker Street Ginger.
Yeah, so that one does not taste very like alcohol-y. Wow. It doesn't taste a lot like weed, you know, like some have that kind of aftertaste. The one that you had was pretty potent. So be careful on like when you're going for different like flavors. Right. Some are going to vary in their, you know, taste and stuff like that. But the ginger one is good. Like I said, it tastes like Sprite.
Yeah, I think the ginger really helps cover the, like, I think there's like certain flavors that are great for cannabis, like caramel. Caramel and cannabis has a great mixture. You can barely taste it.
What was it that you got me that I loved, that I just devoured, and it was an edible that I really enjoyed, and it wasn't, I think it was the caramels.
It was either caramel or that brownie. Didn't I buy you a brownie?
I didn't like the brownie. I don't like baked goods. They always taste too much like weed. Right. By the way, I'm just getting the aftertaste of that toke. Really nice. Because, like, obviously, as we've mentioned, I smoke poppers. It takes me a little longer to get the flavoring. The fact that I can taste the flavor over the tobacco usually means something. Like, it's either one of two. It's either going to be a really gross taste or a really good taste, and that was a good one. I like that. That was nice.
Pleasant surprise.
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise.
Probably taste a little better without tobacco.
Oh, bite me.
Sorry, was that out loud?
Uh-huh. Whatever. I know it's a problem. You can yell at me all you want. All you guys listening can yell at me too. I'm aware it's a bad habit. I need to quit.
Oh, that's all right. You know what? I don't like being judged, so I don't judge. Judge not.
Really? Because I felt a little judged there. Just a little bit.
It was an offering of advice. I said if you would
like
enjoy better flavor, it might be enjoyed
like you
better.
Never, ever, ever judge me when I'm having a cigarette.
I don't judge people, but I can't stand the smoke the same way anymore.
I'm not talking about when you like move away from me and stuff like that. There's been times where you like straight up looked at me and like, maybe you should quit.
Are you thinking about Steve?
No, you. You've definitely looked at me a bunch of times and like I've complained about something and like I've had a smoke and I'm like, well, maybe you should quit smoking.
No, he's only ever said that about poppers because you complain that your bong is dirty or like your bong smells or you can't get a good enough toke off your bong because it's clogged. He's like, well, you should quit poppers.
I probably harassed you quite a bit about the poppers,
which is fine. As a best friend, you have that privilege.
But speaking of judgments,
oh boy,
here's a moral dilemma card.
I need to think of a jingle for moral dilemma.
We'll get there.
Don't do it now, honey. Shh.
In a fit of road rage, you throw a fistful of change at the car on the freeway. This car has now followed you off your exit, and you are now both awkwardly stuck in a gridlock next to each other. They open their door and are approaching your car. Do you, A, apologize for your actions and beg for mercy? B, act crazy psycho in hopes of scaring them off? You don't get that twitch in your neck and the...
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I'm already experiencing road rage, there's a good chance I'm probably not pretending to be crazy. I'm already crazy. So
I was going to say, if you're throwing change out your fucking window at somebody...
I don't think there's really an acting that needs to happen there.
But then again, if that person then gets out of their car, who is more crazier?
This person could very well...
Can I take this person? Because if I can take this person, I'll act crazy. If I can't, I beg for mercy. No, I don't.
Your mirror is fogged up, and you cannot tell the size of the individual.
No, right beside you. So basically, you're in gridlock. So like, you're right next to each other, and then you see him get out of his fucking driver's side door, and it's like, oh shit. Well, time to either act crazy or beg for mercy.
Fair enough.
But if I'm still in my car, can't I just zoom?
I don't know.
Well, you're in gridlock.
How would you
so
feel?
You're stuck. So
traffic. Like traffic. Oh.
Let's just say
this is where I roll up my window, lock the doors, and go. If for people that can't see, I'm waving with a big fucking grin on my face. Sorry about that.
That's when I see him walk up to the car, and then I like pull out all my change in my hand, and I'm just shaking it in my hand, but sorry, and like kind of like jolt up and down with my change, like it just happens. Like,
I have a flailing syndrome. I can't.
Why are you holding change while you drive? I don't know. It just happens.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, Christ.
So yeah, I don't know. I'd probably act crazy. Hopefully, out crazy the crazy.
All I think of is
Crazy.
I have both Will Smith and Kevin Hart in my head right now, just twitching.
Fair enough.
What'd you say?
I don't know. Try not calm.
Try that calm and zen, Mr. Fucking aloof here.
Yep. A little bit of anger management popping in my head. I'm gonna pull over on this freeway right now. Did somebody actually get out of their car in that movie and go stand up beside his window to beat him down?
Oh my god.
I don't remember.
Okay, I just pulled a card, and I don't even know how to respond to this right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so my card says,
Some of them are a little out there.
so, okay, ready? Okay, okay. The bombs have dropped, and Earth is in a state of nuclear winter. It has been years since you and your hot sibling of the opposite sex left the bunker, and it's entirely possible that you may be the last two people on the planet. Do you, A, procreate for the sake of humanity's continued, potentially mutated existence? B, live out your lives as the very last two members of the human race?
Oh, so it's the Adam and Eve paradox.
Interesting.
Sorry, Christians, people.
Well, what do you do?
Well, based solely on the condition of whether or not that sibling is true blood or not, that will decide whether or not I'm gonna procreate.
Yeah, we
or
talking like half
accept.
siblings or
Yeah. Well, are you my stepsister?
yeah, like same mom, same dad, or same mom, different dads.
Well, I just love that I love
or
how
like stepdad's daughter, not related at all.
I love how it's like procreate for the sake of humanity's continued bracket potentially mutated bracket existence question mark. Like I didn't add that in. That's on the card.
In a nuclear wasteland.
Nuclear winter. You're in a state of nuclear winter, and all you have left is your super hot sibling. That is what it says.
Super?
Yeah.
Hot?
You and your hot sibling of the you and your hot sibling of the opposite sex left in the bunker. Why does it have to be the opposite sex? Oh, I guess because procreation. Right?
Yeah.
Duh.
yeah,
I'm fine. It's fine. I mean, I totally.
life hasn't found a way yet.
I mean, okay, but what if it's... Never mind, I can't make that work right now. I'm too high.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I tried. I tried to make that LGBTQ friendly, but I can't right now.
Two female sisters and
They're scientists, and they have found a way.
and what they stumble across a fucking sperm bank
Yeah.
and self-inseminate, then there'd be no fucking problem. They wouldn't be doing each other. There would be no mutated babies.
I know, that's the point. Wouldn't it be better that way then?
Yeah, but it's not.
So
what
if
it's
we just
saying.
if we just were to nuke all the men and we just hit up all the sperm banks, because let's be honest, men like to jack off, and there's a lot of sperm banks.
How about this?
No, listen. And then the sperm banks help repopulate. It's fine.
See, I was just gonna say, why do we have to kill all the men? Why can't since there's not gonna be all men, since there's gonna be you and your hot sibling, why not just go to these sperm banks like I just said, and then you can inseminate your sister without you
Your
inseminating your sibling, without you actually inseminating them, but with someone else's, junk or spunk.
Wow.
No, that works. No, if you
Right?
if like I'm just saying like
And then the
if you
population saved.
I would
I mean,
say, based on
if
the
you don't-
question, sperm banks have been destroyed.
I guess if it's nuclear winter. But what if you found one?
Or what if you just found a body that was not completely dead yet?
Ew.
Someone that wasn't completely dead yet.
Christopher,
What?
no.
I'm just saying.
No.
So what? You
That was
wouldn't.
Moral dilemma, all right.
Wow. That's Now let's say but you only
It's
have
a
the two
faux pas.
choices on the card.
It's a faux pas in society's
you know how we
eyes,
play.
and the question's assuming
society
that
doesn't
society's
exist
been
anymore.
destroyed. The main question is that it is a legitimate health risk. Like, interbreeding is not good. But now you're at the question of whether or not you're willing to risk that versus potentially being the last two of a species as a whole. Okay, how would I replay this question for you?
Okay.
If you had two white rhinos, here, we'll do this. All right, I got a question for you. And we'll do it with the most recent species that just went classified as extinct.
Okay.
The white rhino hasn't died yet, but the last male died. So there's only one female left.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to try and interbreed the two last rhinos if they were male and female?
Well,
and
I
they were
mean,
brother
that's
and
how you
sister?
save a species. So, yes, I guess technically, like, I mean, what's the difference between animals and humans? Technically nothing, except for the fact that we can talk and...
Thumbs, bitches.
Thumbs, bitches! Some
the-
animals have thumbs.
Those opposable thumbs, you don't realize how valuable those are. It's just 2 digits, but like you're 10 levels up with those things.
10.
Isn't it like the same thing as like dog breeding? You know what I mean?
You
Or
shouldn't.
cat breeding? Like,
Well, yeah, okay, so purebreds are not as good to have because they have been inbred so much to keep the bloodlines pure that they have more health problems. So technically, yes, it is an issue when they share same bloodlines, right? Now, but you're also talking literally the existence of humanity. Do you let it completely die out, or do you want to try and repopulate? Yes, there's going to be issues, but would that technically count as issues if that's the new norm? Let's think of it that way, right? It's not technically out of the norm because everybody will probably have those same defects, if not similar ones. I mean, would it be ideal? No, probably not, but it would be the norm. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary for somebody to have whatever birth defect from.
but I think it would
you know.
I think it would get worse down the line to the point of where there'd be almost no point in saving the human race.
I'm gonna go with a hard pass. Yeah.
Because
I mean,
I know it's in a comic book, and I know comic books aren't real. I know that. I get it. But I'm reading Preacher 2, book 2. And in that book series, they talk about how Jesus and basically had kids, right? And though he died when he was 80, and like they basically took the kids and made them because they were the last of Jesus's bloodline, right? So basically, for the eons down the road, they mated the offspring of Jesus with each other, so that they could have a pure bloodline of Jesus down to like whenever the world would finally come to an end, that they could bring out this person and be like, look, we have Jesus, we have the real, or at least Jesus' great grandson, but we have him. But what happens is, by the time they get to that time frame where they're thinking that they need to have new Jesus, the one they got is a little fucked up because all inbreeding, right? And years and years of it, to the point of where it's like, well, now he doesn't look like a Jesus. Like, he can't be Jesus.
Are you sure we got the right guy?
Yeah, exactly. People would start questioning, like, that ain't Jesus. Jesus wouldn't look like that. Anyway, so that's what I'm just saying. I know, again, it's comic book, so maybe that's not how it really would work in real life, but I think that's how
I thought Jesus was a white guy. Joke's on you! Sorry, that was a little. Sorry, but it's true. He was Hebrew, but whatever.
What were you gonna say, Ryan?
I don't know. I mean, what she said just kind of took me for a shock.
Sorry. I mean, this would also have to imply that I believe in Christianity. Sorry, not sorry. But I mean,
Hey, you want people to respect your beliefs.
everybody's like, Jesus is a white guy, and we're like, but he's from Israel. Like, he would.
You know, those hardcore Bible Bible Belt Christians believe that, like, where they think that, whites are the, rulers and everything like that.
Wrong.
Yeah, they're the ones that think that Jesus is white, but, like, Christians who understand, where it comes from, I think, they believe that, and they understand now that he wasn't probably white.
Why are we talking about Christianity? I don't want to talk about
know.
Christianity. Sorry.
We got talking about incest, and I made that joke earlier about Adam and Eve thing, and then
Just freaking
What was
come in full circle, and I don't want to be here. Like,
what was your answer for that, Chris?
yeah, what would you do?
I told you, find a fucking sperm bank.
Find a fucking woman.
They don't exist.
They
You've
do.
got option A.
I'll fucking
you've got
find
option
one.
B.
I'll find one.
Find one, motherfucker. I'm not screwing my sister.
You all know how we play this fucking game. They gave us option A and option B, and we come up with option C.
I don't accept any of these responses.
So
I make
here's
my
mine.
own.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So you choose to not.
I mean, let's be
Yeah,
honest.
that's
I
simple
kind
as
of
that.
have the advantage here because I don't technically have any full siblings. So I'm sitting here going, well, I wasn't like, I mean, don't get me wrong. No, I would not sleep with my brother. Ugh, sorry, but no. Like even
save
if
humanity?
he's my half brother, I love you, but no, not that way. But at the same time, like thinking as an only child, I can't really be like, because I really don't have the sibling relationship to be like, I do, I guess, because I just did it. Because I'm like, no, I couldn't sleep with my brother. I changed my mind. Humanity can die, bitches.
Wow. Sorry, 7 billion people.
They were already dead.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. We're making a whole new 7 billion people.
Yeah, and I'm not putting that work in. Fuck that. You know how many kids you have to fucking start a new population? You need to at least have 10. So they can then breed with their... No, I'm done. We're done. We're not doing that. Humanity's dead.
That's not true though. If you go looking into the
Humanity...
Bible, I mean,
Humanity
Adam
is
and
dead.
Eve
I-
had 2 kids.
Oh, bro.
You have 2 kids. They have 2 kids.
I know.
They makes 4 kids.
Yeah,
then you
and
have 8
that...
kids.
Oh, that's
And
the problem.
And that's why that
Like
book
rabbits.
makes little sense.
It's
Got some good stories.
It's a good story. It's sorry.
And again, if you're a Christian and you believe in that stuff, that's good. Like, you should believe in something.
I really don't mean to religion bash, but
You should have something to believe in. We
You
don't
should-
judge nobody's religion, but that's not ours, and we just think, it's kind of, no offense, again, lunacy to think of certain things. And again, we think of lunacy things too, like, I believe in ghosts and stuff like that, and you probably think that's fucking lunacy, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
I'm pagan.
some people-
I have a list of things that people would make fun of me for, so I get it. I'm not saying that, you're wrong for believing that there is a God, because I'm not negating that there is one. I don't necessarily believe that there is one single almighty being. I believe there are multiple. Right? I am not in the same mindset as Christianity. Do I think that all of it is awful? No. There is some beautiful aspects to Christianity that I really admire.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the Bible passages are actually so beautiful and bring me to tears. I was raised in a Catholic household. I know a good chunk of the Bible. I just don't identify with it anymore. As I've grown, I've learned, I've done my research, I've followed different paths, and I have,
Yeah.
that is not mine.
You're gonna say something?
I don't remember.
Sorry,
people-
dude. Just a little disclaimer, like...
Yeah.
Not to be a bitch, but...
Yeah, because again, like, I was baptized and stuff like that, and I've been through all that, but again, it's not something I fully believe in, because again, I don't have the hard evidence that I would like to have, and then you have all these people doing all this horrible shit in the name of it, and it's just like, I can't get behind that.
You want to know what's funny? I was not baptized, and I think the universe did that on purpose. Like, my mom tried to get me baptized, but it just would not happen because I was technically a quote-unquote bastard, and they wouldn't baptize me. So, but I think the universe did that to me on purpose, because I'm kind of, like, not mad about it. It's like they knew.
Yeah.
Like, this child shouldn't be baptized.
So again, we don't mean any hate or any, just anything like that to anyone. We love you all. We hope you all understand that. You need to believe in something. Believe in something. And
Absolutely.
Just as long as it's not, murdering people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep
You
it
know,
in mind,
if you need to
and-
believe in something to get you through the day, I am so for that because I'm there with you.
Yeah.
I may not believe the same thing you do, but I believe in some interest. Like some people would say stupid shit.
Right.
Right. Not everybody believes the same thing I do, and I'm cool with that.
Right.
So. As long as we just are friendly and kind to each other and accept people for who they are, and you have no malice intent in life, we'll get along just fine.
Yeah.
Hey, ho ho.
Do you know what we're gonna say this time?
I don't know. Keep an open mind. Respect other people's religions. Something like that. I have no idea, man.
I really don't mean
gonna
to
say something, but I got kind of cut off.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry. I'm on
I
a...
read a random article once that said we tend to give each other ourselves 60% of the time that we give others when it comes to responding. So if you're talking to somebody else and you wait for their response, you'll wait, say, 10 seconds. Whereas if you were talking to somebody else and you're waiting for their response, or you're waiting for your response, you tend to give yourself 6 seconds as opposed to giving somebody else 10 seconds to respond. You kind of feel anxiety or anxiousness with the silence, and you're like, you know what? I should probably say something soon. And then you wind up. So it's kind of the anxiety in the brain that kind of pushes you to say something sooner than later.
I really do not mean to cut you off. I just sometimes get so excited when I'm talking about something. I don't realize what else is going on. And I'm like, oh, he's trying to say something. Oh, shit. I should probably shut my mouth. I get chatty. And then I have to rectify and apologize. So I'm just trying to apologize. But then I'm cutting him off while trying to apologize. So I'm sorry.
Rectify.
That word stood out, did it?
So thanks for listening and all that. You can find us on the Twitters and the Facebooks at Always Room for More Podcast. That's Facebook and Instagram, my bad. Twitter is Always More Pod. At Always More Pod.
You think 20-something episodes we'd get it eventually, right?
Well, we're stoners. Things happen.
Stoney Bologna.
So, yeah, let's smoke weed on that.
I will smoke weed about that.
Don't forget to like, rate, and share. And thanks for coming along for the high, because there's always room for more.
Stoney, a little side of macaroni.